What's up, fam? It's Naj with Built by Plants. The other day I posted a poll in our YouTube community tab and asked you all, what meal do you want to see next? It's the fall time and it's getting a little bit colder outside, and I know a lot of people like to have more soups and chilies. It's like that cozy type of meal or whatever, the comfort food or whatever we want to call it. I gave you all 3 options. Over 50 people voted. I appreciate the engagement and I'm here to deliver. And that's a sweet potato black bean chili dish. All right, so that's what we got for you all today. I'm going to show you all how to do a meal prep for the sweet potato black bean chili dish. This can be for lunch, this can be for dinner, whatever your preference. And we're going to be using an Instapot because it's going to make it go by so much faster. All right, prep time may take about 5 to 10 minutes. Instapot cooking time about 8 to 9 minutes. So really no more than 20 minutes total for a total of 4 dishes for the week. You can't beat that at all. And if you don't have an Instapot, I'm gonna leave a link down below in the description so that you all can grab the Instapot that I'm using. If you don't want an Instapot, you can actually make the same exact meal using a pot on the stove. It's just gonna take maybe about 45 to 55 minutes, and I'm trimming it down to about 15 minutes, all right? So let's get busy, let's get started. Keep in mind, you don't have to use every single ingredient that you see me using in this dish. Like for example, I'm gonna be using a meat alternative, which is a plant-based protein ground crumbles. You don't have to use that. You can add in some lentils or just nothing at all, just leave it out, it's completely fine. Play around with the ingredients, play around, switch, have fun. I always say switch up your seasonings, make it to your preference. It's not about making something perfect, it's about doing what works best for you, your lifestyle, so you can stick with it for the long term and lose fat, build muscle on a plant-based diet, and just enjoy this lifestyle. Now this full recipe with the ingredients, the instructions, and the how-to video will be inside of the virtual kitchen with the calories, the protein, and everything mapped out for you all. And the virtual kitchen is located inside of our Pocket Coach app. If you don't have the Pocket Coach and don't know what the virtual kitchen is, check this out. Now that we got that out the way, let's make our sweet potato black bean chili, the 4-day meal prep. This is so good, you're gonna love it. Now that we got all that out the way, let's make our sweet potato black bean chili. Ingredients for this recipe, straightforward and simple. We have 510 grams of the sweet potato, 450 grams of black beans, 425 grams of the diced roasted tomatoes, 480 grams or 2 cups of the veggie broth, 150 grams of the onion, 325 grams of the ground crumble. So this is from Gardein. You don't have to use these if you don't want it, but I like to have more of like what you would consider like a ground beef, quote unquote, texture. You can also replace that with lentils or whatever else you want if you don't want to use the meat alternative. Keep in mind, you can add more or less based off of what you want and how you want yours to look, or how many days you're making it for, or how many people you're making it for. So these are just the basics. And as far as the seasonings, have a little bit of paprika, some ground cumin, some African red hot pepper, and then some garlic powder. Now, I would add in some chili powder, but I don't have anymore. And I'm gonna add in the sazon as well. I pretty much put that in everything. You don't have to use it if you don't want to. Use your own preferred seasonings, but this is how we're about to get started with this, all right? Let's get busy. Let's start by chopping our sweet potatoes. Now, you can go ahead and chop yours however you want. You can leave your skin on or peel it. I know a lot of people like to peel it. I like to leave the skin on because there's some good nutrients within those. I'm going to hit saute, and this is 30 minutes. I'm gonna just go ahead and let it start. And obviously we won't be sauteing for 30 minutes. So I'm gonna add in about 8 grams of vegan butter. You can use olive oil if you prefer. So the Instapot is heating up. I'm just gonna go ahead and drop in the onion. I'm gonna let those cook down. This is so convenient to be able to cook the whole entire chili just in one pot. Looking pretty good. I let it cook down for about 3 to 4 minutes. Now I'm going to add in 10 grams of garlic cloves, chopped. Just chop those up, add those in. Now I'm going to add in my Gardein crumbles. Now again, like I said, if you don't want to use the Gardein crumbles, one, you can use your preferred plant-based protein. I love these because it gives it more of that chili-like taste, which is what I'm looking for. So I'm gonna just cook that down for a minute, and I'm gonna go ahead and add some seasonings to that. I'm gonna add some sazon. If you don't like sazon, use whatever you want, all right? You do not have to stick with solely what I'm using. Use whatever you prefer. I'm gonna add in some ground cumin. And I completely ran out of the chili powder. I wish I had some more, but literally out of that. Add a little bit of the paprika. So this has cooked down for about 5 minutes. Now what we're gonna do is go ahead and add in our sweet potatoes. So you don't have to worry about cooking down the sweet potatoes completely. We're just gonna cook these a little bit, maybe about 3 minutes total inside of here. Saute it, should I say. The sweet potatoes are gonna cook when we start the pressure cooker, all right? Right now it's just sauteing it in there a little bit, so don't stress about it. Don't worry about the inside of it or cooking all the way through. Let's go ahead and mix that all in. Let that cook for about 3 minutes. Again, so that it is very clear, you do not have to add any plant-based protein, all right? Like I said, I'm using the Gardein, the beef crumbles, and they're really high in protein. You do not have to add any. You can make this recipe without any additional protein. Obviously, I like to prioritize my fitness goals, so anytime I can squeeze in more protein, I'm going to do that. You can make this recipe the exact same way, just without the protein. Or if you want another substitute, just add in some, you can really add in some tofu if you want, or if you want to add in some lentils, whatever you prefer, some seitan. But I really like this crumble addition to it because it's like a more of a traditional chili style texture. So it's been cooking for about 5 minutes, the sweet potatoes. Now we're gonna go ahead and add in our veggie broth. So I'm just weighed out my 1 cup. May add another cup as well. Pour that right in there. Okay, just like that. I'm gonna mix it in. And like I said, the sweet potatoes will be cooked. Don't stress it, don't worry about it. This pressure cooker are gonna cook those things all the way through, thoroughly. Now we're gonna add in our black beans, pour those right on top. And last but not least, we're gonna add in our fire roasted diced tomatoes right on top. Now I'm gonna go ahead and season the actual dish. Before it was more so just for the protein, so I didn't add as much. I'm adding a lot of red hot pepper because I do like spicy stuff now. Raina has converted me. I'm gonna add in more of the ground cumin. And garlic powder. I'm gonna add a little bit more cumin. So we're gonna turn this on pressure cooker and we're gonna cook this for about 9 minutes. You could put it on 8, I guess, or 10. I'm gonna go right in the middle and press play. Now the one thing that you wanna make sure that you do before you even do that step, I kinda said it, but I need to emphasize it. So this is on seal. Make sure that you have that on seal and not vent, all right? Because this needs to be pressure cooked. And the only way for it to pressure cook is if this piece right here is sealed. A couple things I want to point out as well, aside from making sure that it's unsealed, it takes a little bit of time for the Instant Pot to get started when you turn the pressure cooker on. I guess you got to build up and heat up or whatever it needs to do. So if you do tap on pressure cooker and you put it on whatever time period, it may take about like 2 to 3 minutes, maybe even 4 before you start to see anything. But you will notice a little bit of, you know, the smoke coming up once it does start. So don't get alarmed. Don't think that it's not working or it's broken or anything, or go pushing nothing and messing nothing up. Just give it a little bit of time so I can go ahead and get the party started. So the Instant Pot has stopped. We're gonna tap on that vent tab. Now that it's all vented, let's go ahead and give it an open. See what we got. There we go. Now let's move it around. Looking delish. Looks very vibrant. Lots of good colors in there. Now you can dress yours up how you want. I'm going to add some avocado to mine. You can also add whatever little green you want on there. I know y'all like that type of stuff. So I'm going to just do it just because I know that y'all like it. I don't care about all that. Alright, put that in the corner somewhere so you can look fancy. So this is going to be a really good dish for meal prepping. Lasts you for several days. I'll go ahead and show you what you can do. So just add some in one container right there. And you can have this with a side of veggies. So I will add in like some broccoli or maybe some asparagus on the side or whatever you want to add, all right? Now the one thing I definitely would have added to this, but we ran out, some serrano peppers or some jalapeno peppers at least. That would have set this on fire, but it's still really, really good. So, man, I'm so ready for this. This is so good. This is some of the best chili that I've ever made. Y'all go ahead and give this recipe a try. Let me know what you all think in the comments. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, that like button, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. I want to invite you to join the Built by Plants Pocket Coach, which is our private community and app where I have all the tools, the resources, the courses, and the community to help you succeed towards your goals. We have an actual drag and drop meal plan builder that's going to allow you to grab foods that are inside of what we call the virtual kitchen. It's basically all of our plant-based recipes that have been designed to specifically work for the calories and the protein that you need so you can make some progress. You can take the meals out of the virtual kitchen and drag and drop them onto your meal plan builder. And every day, Monday through Sunday, it'll let you know what you're taking in, a recipe video to show you how to make them, also how many calories for that specific day, so you can stay structured. Also, it's going to give you a virtual grocery list so you can grab only what you need so you're not wasting money when you get into the grocery store. I know that sounds perfect, but let me tell you the rest. It's also have a private community and an actual app that you can download from the App Store or the Android store so you can post inside of our community. Similar to like Facebook without all the junk, this is specifically towards people that have goals that want to see themselves succeed on a plant-based diet. Even if you've been plant-based for 15 years, you can always make progress towards how your body looks. And that's what this is geared towards. So all of our community members are posting their meals, they post their workouts, they ask questions, and every Sunday we meet on a Zoom call where we're connecting, we're growing, we're creating new recipes from scratch, we're meal prepping together, doing all type of cool things that's gonna help you stay in line and stay mentally prepared and mentally focused so you can actually reach your goal, right? I know you only lost 20 pounds before, but guess what? It usually comes right back. Because you don't have no support, you don't have no accountability, you don't have no guidance, you don't have nobody in your life in this area that's helping you make progress. And that's what I want for you. Once you go to that next page, it's $27 per month in order to get the Pocket Coach. And you can cancel if you don't like it, but you're not gonna cancel, you're gonna love it. I will see you inside the Pocket Coach so I can help you make progress towards your goals and stick with this lifestyle for the rest of your life. See you in a few.